Are you worried about losing against a narcissist? In this video, I'm going to reveal 4 ways that will guarantee that you will lose against a narcissist. You're going to want to watch this all the way to the end so that you can make sure that you don't fall into this trap and you can win and beat them. Hi, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am a globally recognized narcissist and high conflict communications expert, a U.S. News recognized best lawyer in America, and the USA Today best-selling author of the book Slay the Bully: How to Negotiate with a Narcissist and Win. And if you are new here, welcome. I am so glad that you are here. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss one single empowering video. And if you are rejoining me again, welcome back. I am so glad that you are here. So today we're going to be diving into 4 ways to guarantee that you will lose against a narcissist. This is so killer because sometimes we fall into these traps and we do things that we think are the right thing at the right time or at the time, but then looking back you think, oh, that was not a good decision. Mistake number one is trying to beat them using their same tactics, right, at their own game. And if you try to out manipulate them, outmaneuver them, out lie them, out gaslight them, out twisting their reality, all of the things, you will most definitely lose. You can't fight fire with fire when it comes to dealing with a narcissist. You have to be smarter than that because they are masters at this game, and you will end up just feeling triggered, upset, like you're not getting anywhere, and like they're getting away with everything all the time. And that's not going to work in your favor, especially if you are in a divorce setting or a litigation setting of some sort, and you think, well, they didn't turn over their discovery, their financials like they were supposed to, so I'm not going to either. What's going to happen is that the judge is just going to see, it's almost like 2 kids who are fighting, like, oh my God, both of you need to stop. You will end up being on the losing end of that stick because they'll figure some way to make it look like it wasn't their fault or whatever. They spent a lifetime being manipulative, being devious. And so you got to be ethical in this. You want to ethically manipulate the manipulator, okay? And you want to do this in a way that's much smarter than they are, because they only think short term, right in front of my face. How can I immediately get the outcome that I want? You're going to have a hard time staying in control while they sit over there looking calm, cool, and collected like a cucumber. All right. And it's the same thing in a workplace setting. If you have a narcissistic boss or a colleague, don't stoop to their level of underhanded tactics. Stay professional, document everything, stick to the facts. That's how you protect yourself. Mistake number 2 is giving into your triggers, being emotional, giving into that supply source. When you do that, number 1, you're never going to get rid of them ever, because as long as they're getting supply from you, they're going to stick around. Number 2 is that they use your reactions against you. When you react, they then take that. It's like I always say, dealing with a narcissist is like getting arrested. Everything you say can and will be used against you. And especially in a situation where it's a discard phase and they think that you've become public enemy number 1. They feed on the drama, trauma, and chaos. They feed on your emotional reactions. They go fishing. I would say they go fishing and then they reel you in like with a big hook in your mouth. So don't get upset. Don't get angry. Don't get defensive. I always say, I always wear jade because I'm half Chinese, but never jade. Never justify, argue, defend, or explain. Because when you do that, you are giving them power. You're literally saying, here's my power. There you go. You can have it. So if you have a narcissistic family member who is always trying to provoke you with passive aggressive remarks like, oh my God, so congratulations on getting that new promotion. That's amazing that you were able to get that, given your history or your background or whatever. I mean, it's something like that. You just want to say, thank you. Thank you. That's it. Don't give them the satisfaction of a reaction. When you stop reacting emotionally, you're no longer feeding their need for supply and for control. And it applies to a professional situation or a personal situation. When they push your buttons, they want to see you crack. The power lies in staying calm. So refuse to engage emotionally so that they don't have that over you. It's like starving them of their addiction and that drama that they crave. If you agree with me on this, give me a totally in the comments. Give me totally in the comments. If you need phrases for disarming narcissists, go to disarmthenarc.com and get free phrases for disarming narcissists. Narcissists have a confession to make, and that is that they are way more afraid of you than you are of them, especially in court cases, mediation cases, or any kind of cases where you have to negotiate with them. But you know what? I have a confession to make too. I'm sick and tired of these people bullying you and making you feel exhausted and paying way too much in attorney's fees and dragging you through the mud. My name is Rebecca Zung, and I'm an attorney. I've been recognized by U.S. News as one of the best lawyers in America. And in fact, I was so sick and tired of these people bullying you that I started studying narcissism so that I could beat them in the courtroom. And now I'm here to make the case so that you can win too. I developed a 4-part proven blueprint that has helped tens of thousands of people take back their freedom, win, and get back their power. And now I'm sharing it with you in a special live event, Outsmart the Narcissist, the 4-part proven plan to take back your power. 4 simple steps, 1 free live event, 1 free hour of your life. That's what stands between you being in hell and you being free. Join me, click the link for Outsmart the Narcissist, the 4-step proven plan to take back your power. Just click the link and let's go. Mistake number 3 is expecting them to change or be reasonable. This one is huge. It's like you don't even think about it sometimes. You just end up in this cycle of like trying to help them, fix them, do for them. A lot of times what I see is people, they make excuses for them. Well, they had a bad childhood. They had a rough time. They're going through a lot of work. Don't make excuses for them. Don't try to change them. Don't think they're changing. Even if they go with you to therapy, it's all a manipulation. It's a game. They manipulate the therapist. This is going to end up making you more and more crazy and more feeling like you're at their effect and like you can't win. Expecting them to grow empathy all of a sudden is like expecting them to grow another arm. If they don't have one, they're not wired for that. They're not wired for self-reflection. They're not wired for personal growth. They're not wired for self-reflection, self-awareness, and they don't care about you. They don't care about fairness. They care about themselves. So they're not going to wake up one morning and go, oh my gosh, I can't believe how wrong I've been, and give you all of the acknowledgement and empathy that you think that you should have. So if you're in a long-term relationship with a partner and you're spending years hoping that they're going to change, and if you can love them harder or give them enough or be better or work hard, whatever, it's not going to help. They're not going to respond with love. They don't respond to logic either. They don't respond to love. They don't respond to logic. They respond to control and they respond to supply. That's what they want. So if you're in a workplace setting with a boss or a colleague, don't waste your energy expecting them to start suddenly treating you fairly unless there's something in it for them. You have to focus on changing you, changing your approach, not them. It's hard enough to change ourselves in our own neuronal patterns, let alone somebody else. So what should you do instead? You need to accept them for who they are. Just, oh, there they are, being their narky selves. Okay, I see. And just adjust yourself accordingly. You put up your invisible shield. You put up your bubble. You prioritize your well-being. You create new boundaries and stop looking for them to change. And if you need additional support, join my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. That will help you tremendously too. Mistake number 4 is not setting and enforcing boundaries. The final mistake that guarantees a loss against a narcissist is failing to set and enforce boundaries. Narcissists are going to push you. They're going to manipulate you. They're going to violate your limits unless you make it clear that you're not playing this game. There's a new game in town, and it's you having your own self-worth and knowing your authentic power. And let me just tell you, boundaries don't work unless they come with consequences. You have to enforce them. And if you don't, narcissists will not take you seriously. So let's say you're co-parenting with a narcissist. You set a boundary. The communication should be strictly about the children, or that there's one form of communication. but they just continue to cross that line, cross that line. And if you say, I'm only going to respond to messages about the children and I'm only going to respond in this app, that's it. If they continue to violate it, just don't respond over here, over there. And you have to be the one that is consistent and firm. The same applies in a workplace. If a narcissistic boss demands unreasonable work hours, set a boundary by clearly communicating when you're available and then stick to it. Once they see that you're not going to cave, then they'll just adjust or move on to a new target. So I want to hear from you. If you've fallen into any of these traps when dealing with a narcissist, I know I have. I'll be the first one to raise my hand and say I have. Drop a comment below. If you like this video, make sure you like it, make sure you share it, you hit that notification bell and subscribe. Share it with anyone who needs to hear this message. Creating great retail experiences is super tough nowadays, especially for people who have multiple locations. I don't even have multiple locations, but my staff is in multiple locations. So when you've got separate workflows, it's a lot. But you can do it without all the complexity. You can have a unified command center and bring everything together, especially if you've got places all over the world or staff all over the world. I use it for shop.rebeccazung.com to sell all my courses, all my super cool merch, and it makes it so easy. And I can even offer payment plans seamlessly. It just makes it so simple for my customers to shop wherever, whenever they want. And it gives my team the tools they need to close the deal every single time. And let's face it, acquiring new customers can be expensive, but with Shopify's POS, point of sale, you can keep the existing customers happy, go get new customers, new shoppers, and have a consistent, tailored experience and first-party data that gives your marketing team a competitive edge. Want more? Check out shopify.com/negotiate, all lowercase, and learn how to create the best retail experience without complexity. That's shopify.com/negotiate. Americans spend up to 90% of their time indoors and take 20,000 breaths a day. Yet, according to the EPA, indoor air is actually more polluted than outdoor air. And in fact, 100 times more polluted than outdoor air. In fact, it's responsible for up to 7 million premature deaths annually. And I know for us, we have had issues with asthma. My daughter has struggled with asthma. And that's why we're so excited to find Air Doctor. Air Doctor has captured the attention of huge media outlets such as CNN, Money, ABC, and more. And it filters out 99.9% of dangerous contaminants and allergens such as pollen, pet dander, dust mites, and mold, and even bacteria and viruses. So your lungs don't have to do all of that extra work. So right now, Air Doctor also comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't love it, you just send it back for a refund minus shipping. So head to airdoctorpro.com and use the promo code YourBestLife. And depending on the model, you receive up to 39% off and up to $300 off. Exclusive to podcast customers, you'll also receive a 3-year warranty on any unit, which is an additional $84 value. Lock in this special offer by going to AIRDOCTORPRO.com and use the promo code YourBestLife. If you want to take it even further, make sure you watch my next video. This is the only way to confront a highly toxic person. It's the perfect follow-up to this discussion, and I promise it'll give you all the tools that you need to stay one step ahead of that narcissist. Until next time, remember that today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. You only win if you give in, but you don't need to do that. All right, I will see you in that next video.